What's going on, family? Once again, the ancients brought some things to my attention, and it's kept being shown in my mind's eye. Going back to the painting of the Virgin Mary and the child, I was told to turn it upside down, and what we thought was Mary's hands, it happened to be the hands of Horus, Heru, the hawk. As you can see, the eyes of what appears to be either the beak or the third eye showing and glowing in a roundabout way. And as we continue, we'll also notice some other things that was brought to my attention, that it also resembles an owl. Let's go back. It'll also, right here, you'll notice it also resembles an owl. Make no mistake about it. You see, it's like the bird represents, and this, in my spiritual eye, identify with his connection to the god of the underworld, which is the connection to Horus, which is Horus is also the god of the underworld. Not Horus, but Osiris is also the god of the underworld. But this strong connection, because we know an owl is a night owl. But I just find that the colors stand out. But even more so, how the falcon identified with Horus, which Horus represents the Christ, and the two being one, the bird and Horus, the child in the statue. So, in my understanding, I connect that as being the two being one, and the hands represent the hands of touching the boy to identify that the child is really Heru, Horus. Let's go on. And then if you turn it upside down for yourself, facing the correct positioning of the child and the virgin, you will see, if you place this image, this is what it would look like. And as we go on to the next scene, I noticed that caught my attention is that if you zoom in, you will notice that the fingers of what's supposed to be Mary, which is the god of the underworld, the Heru, is connected to gripping and touching the baby with the number of a seal, only known to those in the know. You see, you have a lot of people who talk about 333, but in the Amen mysteries, only those in the know understand what this 333 mean. And also, Michelangelo, Da Vinci understand what 333 means. We're not talking about angel numbers, but 333 is much deeper than the surface information that you may see on Google, this shredded in the mysteries. And I'm not referring to 33 and a third. So what caught my attention is that the ancient one said, zoom in. You will notice that there's a blue jay, a bird, skillfully drawn right next to the boy head. Man, that Leonardo da Vinci. That Leonardo da Vinci is amazing. What drew my attention more to that is that we know that the eyes is black. It's like, and it's kind of pointing. This is why it drew my attention. That eye is on the side to identify, to look, to see that it's something else going on back there. So identifying, this is why that hidden eye is there. And the reason why that eyeball, the pupil is pointing up to be looking at something. So in order for that eye to look like that, you have a lot of people can make their eyes go in the back of their head. But for that eye to look like that, it's just saying that that eye is pushing up to shoot his attention that direction, right? And the silhouette of the darkness is arrow pointing towards be up under the red curly hair, in which we see this blue jay here. Right, and what's ironic about it, it's a code within itself that even Leonardo da Vinci knew about. This boy with this bird, or who can communicate with birds, to identify with the code about the blue jay. Let's carry on. Yeah. And so what drew my attention, I noticed that if you zoom in the middle of the shirt, Mary's shirt, what appears to be a 9. What do you say? Is that a 9 or a 4? But appears to be a 9 to identify. With my understanding, I don't see anything dark like that. And I do see what will look like a 7 next to that circle there. I don't want to assume too much, but I'm looking at the patterns that I don't see too much there without adding too much to it. That could be a 7, but I'm going to focus on that dark number, and that appeared to be a 9 to identify with September. What's your thoughts? Now this is important, because we know that anything, well, from my understanding, that's dark is to be covered up. If it's black, it's to be concealed. And it's a mystery to the reason why the Mother Mary eyes is black and dark and covered up under the eye. That's not normal. That's something that a dead body would have to identify something of that nature, you see. But if you would notice, if you would zoom in, how that black line is to be a stopping point, you see. Because once you look up under the eye, why is it reddish and blue? Like a hue, a blue hue with a red and a blue hue with a little slit like eye up under it. Drew my attention more. So if we can look, you'll see covering that up and zooming in, family. I BS you not. That is an eye. Let me see if I can capture that for y'all. If I can zoom in on that. Let's do this here. Let's bring that up. You see? Look at that. Why up under Mary's eye is it reddish and blue hue like? It's caught my attention. It's no mistake. It's a cold man. Alright? Let's go back. So you would notice her up under her neck appears to be likened to a scale. You know how they would show on certain scenes on TikTok, how they show certain people when they talk, or they might have what's that, changing or transformation or shape-shifting, and it appears to be, that's what that was. It appeared to be a scale, but then at the same time, you'll notice that there's a V, a letter V up under her neck. Okay. All these things caught my attention. And here we are. And leveling it exactly on the black line of the mother eye by placing the black over the black to draw attention. And that's how we're able to see that there's a hidden eye up under there. Look at that. Yes, it's reddish and it's kind of bluish, slit-like. Wow. And I just noticed that also. We noticed from the last breakdown that Roman numeral meant 4. Well, there's also 4 fingers. And there's also what appeared to be, in my mind's eye, was supposed to have been a spaceship, right? But could that also be a black lined 1? You know, we know right is left and left is right. And we know that those in the mysteries use, as did Michelangelo, he wrote right from left and left to right, and mirror wrote a lot of his codes in mirror, you see? So, and utilizing his system, being that there's remember I said that was either a 7-4? Wow. But that appeared that holy number that a lot of people consider to be holy, of an ancient, let's read this, 144 is a natural number. It has significance in various religious movements and ancient prophetic belief system of the 144. Now, my understanding of 144 is really being numbers, is letters. 1 is A, 4 is D, and you have another 4 is D. That's A, D, D, which means add. Now, my interpretation is to add on to the 144 is to say adding those who are the chosen, moving up in the hidden, the chosen being calculated, the chosen being added to, from the ancient ones through the ancient one. But yes, that's infinitely a number, whether that's a 4 or 9. What y'all think? And what caught my attention more, I can't make this up. If you look up under Mary's chin, flip it upside down, you will notice that on the left of it is like a light, a sun illuminating and glowing, right? And next to it is what I see, what appears to be a being, if y'all want to call it a alien, but it seems to be the light is next to the head of it. What appears to be a light being is the mystery that's being said, that she's carrying her within her, or the child is a light being. What do y'all see? And I had to trace that line because that caught my attention, that without the line, you would notice that it just be the glow of like in a sun. And why is it there a feather coming down her neck? Would appear to be a feather, but look like a cloth, but it's also a bird feather. You see? And then that light being there. Y'all have to use y'all discretion. You tell me, what do you see, or what that appear to be to you? Right up under it is the number. But fam, the ancient ones wanted me to share that with you. I'm curious to know what y'all see and what y'all thoughts is in the comments. But this is most infinitely an eye opener, considering some strong signs is being revealed. We see and we understand that Heru is the name for the Christ, as we say, anointed one. Okay, and up under the anointed one is a blue bird. Remember I talked to y'all about the bird and this bird and the signs of the bird? Stay tuned for more numerology.